I'm recording.
Okay. In line with Tamalpa, how do you think the tools have been supportive of your life?
I think that the Tamalpa tools have been supportive in my life um, in many ways. So when I first started with Tamalpa, I was going through a lot of things with regards to my physical health. I was sort of battling back and forth with the NHS and doctors to try to figure out why I was having so much pelvic pain and why I was experiencing so many different things with my health at the time. And Tamapa just sort of was right on time when I applied and started the training. I was sort of in the midst of figuring all of those things out. And as I was working through what I was experiencing physically, at the same time, I started to learn how to really tune into my body. I started to recognize the sensations that were coming up in my body, in my pelvis, and my back. I started to become more aware. I started to become more aware of my breath, my nervousness or my anxiety. I was becoming more aware of even just movement, just, how much I wasn't moving when I was experiencing a lot of pain. And, my background has been as a dancer and a mover. And so that feels really, that feels normal to me to dance. But I felt, the pain and everything I was experiencing was quite debilitating. So as I was going through the training, simultaneously of navigating my health, I really started to learn how to work with my body. I started to learn how to listen to what my body needs, how to respond to myself and to my body in a way in which is resourcing. One of the main Tamalpa tools was the three levels of awareness that I would use quite a lot. And so, in recognizing where I was at mentally, emotionally, physically, I was able to communicate at home with you, my husband, but also with those that were around me, just where I was at and how I was really experiencing life in that moment, and being able to be truthful and honest and vulnerable. And so I was able to sort of create the space that I needed in our home physically, with our furniture, in our bedroom, just in our life, but also, in public spaces. I would find myself taking the time to just even breathe, just come back to my breath from a busy day, from work, just coming back to my breath, coming back to the 4-part breathing. Times when I was unable to sleep at night, I would breathe, go through a 4-part breath. And so a lot of those tools really helped me to resource my body and get myself to a place of regulation, not being so debilitated, but finding ways to move that felt good, that felt right, that felt like all that I needed in those moments.
How do you think
I think that the tools supported me a lot during the training, actually, because there were days where, that were difficult, that were really difficult to go through, to get through, where just different life circumstances may come up in the home or in relationships or even just within myself. And being able to have that space, on the weekends or on a Thursday night, to come together with my cohort, to be witnessed, to be able to use the communication model. I see, I hear, I feel, I imagine, to be able to move keys within drawings, to be able to map out the different body parts on those weekends and just really dive deep into what my body had to say, to what my body was speaking, to tell stories through my writing, to be able to use the movement ritual just to be resourced in my body. All of these tools really helped me to persevere. They really helped me to push through my uncomfortability. It helped me to push through feeling the resistance at times where I just wanted to sleep or I just wanted to rest or, all of these other life things, or even just the busyness of life, feeling quite tired, feeling the fatigue, but really leaning into the Tamalpa tools as the resource, as the way to actually push through all of these barriers that would come up, was so key. There was one weekend where I received really, really devastating news, and it was the self portrait ritual weekend. And I needed to hold space for my partner. I needed to just be there and show up and for the group. And it was just so difficult just trying to just hold myself together. And I think that's when I realized that this is what Tamalpa is for. That I don't need to try to hold myself together. That this work will hold. This work is the container to hold the space that I need to be able to express, to be able to be silent, to be able to be still, to be able to stand tall, to be able to scream, cry, whatever it might be. And I was able to reach out to one of the faculty members on that in that moment, and the faculty member, she helped me by moving me through a 5-part process. And I'd always felt very resistant to 5-part processes because they really push you into going deep, or you can kind of stay on the surface as you like. But being able to go deeper in that 5-part process, in that moment, and really confront, really identify, release, and change and grow from the news that I heard, I was able to show up. I was able to be there for my group, for my colleague, for her self-portrait ritual performance, and that was such an important moment for me because it just really solidified why this work and this type of work is so important for everyone. It's really for everyone, and I think that everybody needs to be able to access it, to be able to experience it, to be able to embody it, and to live it, because it truly is transformational.